This was so much fun. We had a wonderful protest. I'll just tell you about my personal reactions. I came down to Copenhagen with airplane, and the terminal was full of witnesses. And witnesses nowadays, they look like Scientologists. They have um, scarves and uniforms, almost like all the brothers had yellow ties, and the sisters had yellow scarves, and they were very welcoming, and they welcomed me as well. So I took some selfies with them, and then I was picked up by Peter and Maria, and I got to stay in a beach house they got to borrow. Very nice of them. We made signs. The Friday we went out first and had a protest when the witnesses were coming, and it was so much fun. The witnesses were waving and we were waving, and with a non-aggressive message, they smiled at us and we smiled at them, and we had a good dialogue with the attendants, and they also came, like brothers do, or you can't park here. And we said, actually, we can. We're apostates, so we have a permit. And he said, no, we can offer you better parking. And I said, again, we are apostates. And he said, no, that's not a problem. So it's better for everyone. So they reached out to us and offered us better parking. Really nice people, actually. Like I always say, we're protesting not the witnesses. The witnesses are nice people. It's the Watchtower Evil Cooperation that put people in a system where they behave like really bad people. But if you would remove the system, they are really nice people. So that was the morning on the Friday, and then we went to the city square and we had appeal to the public. So I gave a crappy speech in English. Everyone else made really good speeches in Danish. I posted one of them. It was a former MP. He's never been a witness. There was a lot of never been dubs giving speeches and supporting us. And that's also what I think one of the good things with focusing on human rights, because all of a sudden people can relate to what we're talking about, and we're talking about an already existing legislation. So it was really fun. And then the Saturday we did the same, and we were allowed to be protesting on government ground. So the sidewalk and a lawn. So we're sitting under the shadow of a tree. So when the witnesses were coming, we were standing with our signs, like 2 meters into the lawn, non-aggressive, waving, and they were waving and smiling. And some of them didn't understand we were apostates, so they would come and introduce themselves as Jehovah's Witnesses and told us we were welcome to come to the convention. We said thank you. Eventually, more and more of them started to realize that we were apostates. But then the damage was already done. They knew we were nice people, which really don't fit into their Watchtower narrative that we should be angry and screaming. So we went in and asked, can we use the toilet here? And we were allowed to do that. And I was in there and they were giving a prayer. So I did this out of respect, obviously, because I was invited to their convention. So we would never pull up a sign and start arguing. That's what we did outside. So the attendants were really, really, really nice to it. And when the protests were done, I approached them and said, I'm with the apostates and we would like to thank you very much for the way you treated us. It was very Christ-like. And when I said Christ-like, they smiled really happy. So this is what I call friendly activism. So we had a lot of fun. And we had a big sign with a big heart that said, well, our protest is secular, but we also had a big sign with a heart that said, there's support if you want to leave. Because even though it's a secular protest, these people are still our brothers. At least that's what I see. And 25,000 on this convention, probably statistically speaking, we could be thinking about 250 of them will be disfellowshipped within a year. They will have their life turned upside down, but maybe some of them remember the sign that there is help and they will reach out and get help. So all in all, I'm very happy with this protest and thank for everyone that gave us support in different ways. And we have t-shirts, and I'm still using my t-shirt, so I'm allowed to count hours still. And it actually works. Like the witnesses, they walk around with their badges. It gives a good witness. And for some reasons, I had to stay a night in a hotel now, and I came with this. And she asked me why. I said I was in the news. We're protesting about children's rights in high-controlled religious groups, and they gave me a discount. So, Best Western Hotel, the devil's choice. No, they were really nice. So, I'm just one very, very small person in the planning of this system. So, we were 4 people in the planning committee and some other really, really good people taking part. So, we decided to put down what we learn and what we can do better and present this together as kind of tutorial how to arrange a protest. Someone can maybe learn from our experience. So we will do this later. So this is just me personally, what I think about the protest. And we had so much fun. And personally, I was kind of scared a little, even though I'm a big fellow, because I know my family will be in there. So my sister from Australia, she go all the way from Australia to Copenhagen, and she's shunning me for standing with a sign that says European Convention of Human Rights, and she's a lawyer. European Convention of Human Rights, it's not even a statement. It's just the heading of a legislation that protects Jehovah's Witnesses, and she's shunning me. My older brother, he came forth and gave me a big hug in public, and I got a handshake from his wife, and I got to meet my niece for the first time. I think in 10 years, something like that. So that was nice. And I asked her, do you know who I am? And she just had a big smile and said, yes. Then I met my younger brother. He tried to shun me, but I didn't shun him. So I had a short monologue and went, he's a nice guy. I could see the pain in his eyes. It's not nice to shun your family, especially not a very nice older brother like me. And my brother, I was speaking to one of the attendants about, if it's right to baptize minors. And witnesses are fun. They say, I think personally it's wrong to baptize minors. And then I asked them, well, what about me? I was a minor. Would that mean you will stop shunning me? Try to avoid that. So I showed a picture of my nephew and my niece, and I said, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do it. Why are they being punished? Because I was baptized as a 16-year-old. The only thing I did was stop believing in the Watchtower mythology. I didn't turn a bad person. But why are my nephew and my niece being punished? Because I could make a really nice uncle. I would buy them ice cream and teach them how to yodel. So why are they being punished? And I saw the attendant, that argument hit straight home with him. There were some really, really, really nice witnesses we met. And so we were sitting under the shadow of a tree during the program. And the Danish apostates drink beer in public, and that's a very Danish thing. Danish people do drink beer. Even politicians drink beer in public. It's a very chill and relaxed society, Denmark. So it wasn't like they were drunk, but we were sitting in the shadow under a tree, eating rye bread and having a beer. Everyone was sober, obviously, but it's a Danish thing. They even drink, until recently, the witnesses would drink beer at conventions. So it's a very Danish thing. Nothing weird about having a beer on a lawn. So we were sitting there, and then out came a Jehovah's Witness, and he said, I think this is what Jesus would have done. He wouldn't be shunning people, and I won't be shunning you, And he said, witness thing, you're welcome back, and we'll love you. And he had been out purchasing 9 bottles of water for us, and some dados, I think it's called in English, the things that grow on palm trees. So that's a very Christ-like person, and reminds me of how I used to be. I used to try to bend the rules to make the organization more like Christ would want it to be. It's not a good strategy when you're reaching out. I was pioneering for 10 years and was almost 10 years and was only ministerial servant for 1 month. if you're qualified to be pioneer, you're qualified to be ministerial servant. But I was always trying to bend the rules into like a Christ-like direction, more loving direction, and that's what this guy is doing. I'm pretty sure he won't be ministerial servant. But it was really, really, really nice convention and a really nice protest, and we got a lot of media attention. We got 2 newspapers, 2 radio stations, and national TV, and we were interviewed, and actually they aired my part of the interview, which is fun because I speak Norwegian and I don't Danish. But now we had a lot of fun, and we got a lot of support from different people trying to help us, and thank you very much. This was so much fun. So we will talk in the group and make a list of what we think worked well and what could do better, and we kind of make a tutorial together to explain what experiences we have drawn from this. And I hope you look forward, because we can have a lot of this kind of activism, friendly activism, making the witnesses happy. They were smiling and they were laughing, and I got 10 or 20 handshakes from Watchtower, what you call the attendants, and a lot of hugs from normal witnesses. And still, I always refer to myself as an apostate. So it's all about the approach. And I believe that the witnesses are really nice people. And I think it feels like we hit a home run. But we will talk, and we will make a kind of official statement, what we learned, how we did this, and what we will do next time. So this is not me trying to steal all the glory, because I only had a very, 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 very small portion of this. The other apostates has been doing much more work than I have, especially with Danish media and police, and getting all the permits we needed, especially for in front of the city hall, calling around, getting people to support us. So I really did not do anything compared to all of this. I just come with my stupid baseball cap and hold my signs, and we're waving. So we had a lot of fun. I wish you were here, but I hope you come for the next protest. So # all religions must. All religions must respect human rights.